Hello, how are we doing? Is it too bright for us in here? Because I feel like it is kind of too bright. Mm, Before we begin, I want to like address something because there my comment section in my YouTube studio are not working properly. So when you guys commented, sometimes I reply a bit late because it's not shown in my YouTube studio comment section. So whenever I see it, is there a new comment in the video and I'm seeing it like there's not. But then when I look at the notification icon, like I go to my home page on YouTube and I saw the red dots on the notification symbols and it said that I have comments, but it's not showing in my YouTube studio. So sometimes I probably will have a late reply on that. And I've been replying quiet. I've been disciplined to reply to your comments. So if you have any comments, I will reply to it. But I think like YouTube has some changes around the system. At one point, we can't really see what is the description around shorts, and we need to manually find click the three dots and then look for the description, and then we can see the description itself. And now it spread into the YouTube comment section in someone else's YouTube studio. It's like mine. So, well, now the description, we can click the description under shorts. I have a trouble to see your comments. So just know that sometimes I will reply late. And another thing that I want to address is the fact that I share so many personal updates about my journey in my business, but I kind of forget to do that. So, but I don't necessarily share what is it that I'm doing with my business. So you have confused around it, and I want to clarify about it. So my website, my homepage was hosted in systeme.io, and it's a platform that hosts for coaches and all this course creator. And I made it so simple in my need to my audience. So the website itself is simple. It's just that the narration around it that needs some upgrade, and I want to upgrade that. Now I will put the link in the description when I finish the stream. So if you wonder what am I talking about, it will be there. And it's still as simple as I thought. It's just that I have a different picture now. So I want to match what I envision now with what is visible to you. So that will happen in the near future. I haven't been doing any work and so on. I'm just like still like configuring what kind of path that I'm going for. I found a few of paths that I want to try. So we will probably see that in the near future. But for now, it's still the same as the oldie version that I got. So that's one of the things that I want to set aside. And yesterday, oh no, yeah, in the live stream, yesterday's live stream, there was a comment around what system am I talking about. I assume the comment was around the system, the linear system of how to get things done and how easy it is for you to get it done in the first place because you have the system built up for your success. If I misinterpret your comment, which is now the comment is gone, I don't know where it's gone. I I assume, which is assume, that you delete it yourself because I can't find anywhere. I can't find in the video itself. I can't find in the notification icon, not notification bar. I haven't checked in the video itself, so I probably will check it later. But if you do delete it, I just want to address the situation here. What I mean by system is that when you we are run by a system that we choose, meaning that if you buy into a belief and that belief get you somewhere, that is the system that you choose. For example, you are thirsty, you want to drink something, and the closest that you can drink is drinking a glass of water, and you are reaching any cup that you find nearby, you fill it with the water and you drink it. That's the simplest system that you know. But if you have somewhat conditional thing that is happening, meaning that you have this thought, oh my god, I don't know what is happening to me, why am I feeling this glitchy around my thinking, and I feel I have a negative thinking around it, and I'm just like, and you don't know that you are thirsty, so you go around the block to just find the cause because you haven't found that you are actually thirsty in the first place. So that system has not been established in your reality to know that, oh, I actually need to fulfill my body, my physical need, which is drinking water. And there also another part where you can just do it, just like grab some cup and drink some water from it. But when you're about to do it, maybe you have a disability and you don't have any hands, you need some help, and that system will need to be established for you to actually drinking some water. That is also one of the case. Some people have some disabilities, some conditions, some terms to do. Maybe they want a different water. It's not just a tap water. You want a bottled water, whatever it is. So there are systems that needs to be established. And the simplest, the shortest system that you have will lead you into a, an instant manifestation of things. So, and here's what I want to address even more deeper than what I have just said is that when you stumbled into a problem, you stumble into a problem, you find yourself having a really complicated system because you have so many other conditions that you have to clear before you eventually get the things that you want. Like what I just put an example for you, to drink some water. But by the end of the day, you need to have the system a lot more simple so you don't overthink, you don't use your logic. Instead, you just use the resonance and then you get things done quite quicker. And I have this thing going on for the last couple of days. I'm like, why am I thinking, why am I overcomplicated my system to my success? Why do I need to build the website in the first place for my clients? They can just find me, ask me for the link, and I will help them, support them in any way they need. That is possible. But there are also vision, there are also nuance, vibe, frequency that is personally connected to you so that someone out there can have a more difficult persona, more difficult system because they want to match the frequency itself. So in my case, around my business, I have a vision that is like, I want it to be as seamless as possible. When they find me, they know what to do, they know how to get support right away without asking me, because I'm here to eventually support 1 million people in their transformation. And I can't do that by, like, tell me what you need. I will guide you to what offer you will need. I'm like, I will present the offer. Here's the offer. You can choose whatever your problem is, and I can support there. And I have so many different offers currently, but I haven't promoted. But I want it to be this. I want it displayed before you eventually choose anything. So that's the problem with me, and that's why it's more complicated. And that's why like I feel I need this step first, and then go to the next one. And when you're drinking some water, it's also the same. You need this one, and then go into this one, and then go into this one. The step exists because that path, that system in this that system within the steps is what gets you to where you want it. That's the thing that I that's the thing that I say about the system. So it's a lot shorter than I thought. So that's what I mean by system. Is there anything that I want to say about this? And that's also why you can't micromanage your way to success, because your way to success, it can be about so many different things, and you can just short it out by just fucking do it, because you have thought about it, you have planned it before, just like how I do with my business, how I know to get drink, how I know the subtle nuance of why I need to drink. And there are so many others about it that is just like, okay, you understand the feeling, you understand what it is, and you know where to go, and just do it. If you already find that system, you already know where this leads you to, you can eventually just shorten it out to be like, don't try to define it in your head. You just feel it in your body, and eventually you go for the things to solve the problem itself. That is one of the things. I found this thing intriguing because now, since I walk into, how do I say it? Since I walk into a more personalized journey, meaning that I'm just tuned more into my identity, into my voice, into my soul, into my story, I found myself to be, we can just do it. We don't have to be to complicate the situation. It's a lot easier to do it that way. It's a lot fulfilling. It's a lot easy for me to do it that way now. It used to be really hard to do it this way because I don't know where I'm going, or maybe I don't know what to do, or I don't know the end result of this, but I know every single thing of this now, that I don't need to overthink, to overcomplicate, to micromanage what I'm about to do. I can just do it. So when you try to, I keep wanting to sneeze or coughing, but I held it in, and it's annoying when I have this thing going on. And I kind of forget what I'm about to talk about. I hate this. I don't remember what I'm about to say. Oh, okay. When you start your inner journey, your inner work journey, you need to slow down, which is like see your next step like so clearly. You can't just like assume whatever it is. You need to know where it comes from, where the impulse coming from, where the problem is actually at in your in yourself. What kind of outcome that you actually trying to get? So that needs to so detail oriented that you're going to slow your pace in your journey. and you need to expand that period of time. So you start to zoom in into such a degree, a timeline, and then you start zooming in, and then you see every single detail, and you start to find, oh, this is about this about this about this is about me in this way, in this way. And when you start to work on it, you start to integrate it, circling around, twist it in a way that is more aligned with where you want to go, with what you are trying to get. And eventually, when you know how to work this zoomed in area, you eventually need to zoom out and start seeing it as a linear pathway of your frequency of who you are. That's the idea, is that you start to zoom in, and when you know what to do, you start to zoom out again. And that's essentially it. I think that's the journey that I'm at. I already found so many different things along my journey that oh, this is how I work with my body. This is how I work with my mind. This is how I tune in into my emotion, my true self, my identity. That eventually, oh, we found everything. We found everything that we need. But hear me say this, because you're not meant to step into a set solution. There are times where when you might need to do that zoom in and zooming out again. And the solution that you found ages ago need an upgraded solution because of things has different. Maybe you found some health issue when you were young, and then you found the solution, you do it, and it's working. And then the next time you are far away from that time, meaning you are like 10 years older, the things resurface again, and you find yourself, I don't know what to do. And then you do that again, zooming in, looking at the details of the area of the problem, looking where you want to go, how you want to do it, and then you zoom out and you start making the stream of your frequency seamless. Beauty. That's the last step of your inner work, of your journey. And I think like not many people have know this, because sometimes people in the coaching industry, in the industry that I'm in the mentorship that I'm in, is that they know how to work in details. They don't know how to make it seamless, how to make the beautification of their journey. So they only know, okay, this is how you do it. This is the solution. That's it. They don't understand sometimes, and I see these people are working on it this way. They don't understand that sometimes you need to not think how to do it. You just go for it. So the energy spent on it is decreasing, and eventually you just build the intuition to go for the things that you want, instead of what is the step, what is the solution. Maybe there are people in this world who is built for that really pragmatic step, just like do this. But there are people here who are meant to do great things, and they cannot do it that way. And they need to have a simplest and seamless step to go for the things that they want. And if you are that person, you need to really oversimplify it. If you are so complicated in your journey, you need to oversimplify whatever it is that you're trying to do. So that's also one thing. I have this thing called who you are is where you are. Meaning that if you are the person who is this extreme, and the thing that you want is actually so far away from you are, you need to set the outcome to be so over that place, meaning to be so as extreme as you are to get into that place. And when you start to understand, oh, I actually I have walked over the path that I need to be in, then it's a lot easier for you to actually start coming back to the place that you need to be, because you are an extreme person. You cannot set an idea, an outcome in such a mediocre way. I have this going on myself. And that's why, like, 1 million people is a lot. Not gonna lie, I don't know how to get that. But my system is at ease when I'm thinking like I am here for to support 1 million people. That is how extreme I am. And that's also how extreme I feel about myself. So it's helpful to over set your outcome in order to get what you want. Because when you overset your journey, you will eventually reach the journey you're in. It is that you need to by then, you simplify the place that you need to be. That's what I'm doing right now. I have over complicated the step that I need to be doing, and then I want to simplify it because I know where it is instead of not knowing, not having the energy to go there, if that makes sense. So if you have any question, leave it in a comment. Just know that I will reply late because the system in YouTube is changing and it doesn't reach my YouTube studio comment section tab area. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. If you are here watching it live or you will comment the replay, just type 8, okay? I'll see you tomorrow.